Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another deck profile. We are here with a Nationals topping deck profile. We're here with Rohit, who topped yet again with Android 21. Man, this is just crazy to talk about. First of all, I mean, at this point, you're known as the Android 21 guy, but yeah, man, how does it feel to come off of another back-to-back top with this deck?
It feels okay.
Just okay.
Honestly, like going undefeated day one felt good, and then losing immediately after, I'm like, well, that kind of took it out of me. But I mean, it's still good. Honestly, meeting everyone there was just a lot of fun, and like everyone's like super nice and genuine.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. I know that took the wind out of your sails, but still, man, a huge accomplishment. You've topped 3 Nats in a row, is that right?
Yeah.
And the first year was with Clash Goku?
It was with Clash Goku, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, my memory's not too bad. All right, cool. So, all right, everyone wants to see your list. Tons and tons of people ask me about, oh, I got to know the Android 21 player's list. I got to see his list. So I know that you told me many times. It's not that much different than you used to play, but I feel like I noticed a couple things, but I guess we'll just go right through it, right? So, of course, we have the 21 scheme. What's interesting is like a spoiler alert, you're actually playing black battle cards this time around. I don't think you were doing that before. Were you playing Overwhelms previously?
No, I wasn't. I think it's just it wasn't worth it to ramp it and get a black card in your energy, because then you couldn't pay for stuff that well. But
right.
Now the card that you're running is just so strong that you have to run it.
All right, since you brought that up, let's just skip right to it. So you're playing two copies of Smoke Dragon. I was gonna say that for the end because I thought it was super spicy, but yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, there's a possibility of you ramping this card, right? So
yes,
clearly you thought this card was worth the risk. So did you ever end up actually ramping it?
It happened a couple times. So like usually the risk is you ramp this card, you can't play Boo a turn earlier like you usually can. Mm-hmm. But it's just so strong. There's so many words on it.
Yeah, and it's not a big deal that it can't attack because your field card sacrifices that anyway.
Right, that's also another thing. If you just want to draw 2, you can just throw it down, draw 2, the field will send it to drop, and then you can play something else to attack with, because then you have your Z deck.
Yeah, and it's practically just a Sand Instincts at that point. So yeah. I totally agree. I really do think like every mid-range or control deck is going to main this card going forward. It's just that good. All right, cool. Let's go into the rest of the main board. So we have 4 copies of Bionic Blitz. Nothing too crazy here. I guess though, Android 21 does now have an option to play the untap super combo. Was that ever kind of interesting to you?
Not really. So kind of my mindset is like the decks that other people are playing are better than this one. So if I take away the cards, it's better than me drawing cards.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
It's just the mindset, I guess.
Right. And then we have the classic Unison lineup, the 4 Super Android 13 and the 3 Boo Unison. This still feels mandatory, huh? The 4 Android 13?
Yeah, I think it's just really important because there are times where you can God Seal on turn 1. As early as turn 1, you can use the 18 and God Seal on turn 1. I think that's just really important that no other deck has access to.
That's very true. And you know what? That's probably really good in the Gogeta Exodia matchup. Did you ever face that deck?
I didn't in the actual tournament, but the day before I did. But usually what you do is, you have I guess some of the cards I would play are the Angel Counterplay and the Heroic Prospect, and those are live super early as well.
Right. So it is really cool that you have a lot of those options turn 1, where even like Gamma has to wait till like turn 2, turn 3. That makes a lot of sense. Right. And I guess overall, before we get into the rest of the profile, why did you want to play 21 again? Was there a particular reason?
Just comfort. Also like it's been the most fun deck for me, and that's the biggest thing. I tried playing Gamma, it just wasn't fun. It was kind of boring. But
gotcha.
But like I think overall it should be honestly in my mind I almost played Gamma, but I was like it should be a better deck because you untap 3 instead of untap 1. But I think this deck's just too fun.
Fair enough. All right, then, like you were talking about, 4 copies of Let the Battle Begin. Such an excellent card. And now that Broly Crown's been errated, this is like the Broly Crown killer, right? So even though you probably leave multiple energy open on your opponent's turn when you're playing against an aggro deck, Broly Crown, I'm sure, was not too much of a problem, right?
Yeah, it depends if they play around it. If they try to Broly Crown, you have 2 open. You either choose to do this or use Dirty Burst. It's just, like, that matchup is already hard in itself, but, like, this card is just so insane.
Okay, so it sounds like Gogeta is a little tough then, maybe?
Yes, I guess that's why it's like one of the decks that people are having trouble with.
Gotcha. So I guess overall, what would you say are the hard and easy matchups? Like, it sounds like Gogeta's a bit tough. Probably easier when you go first, right? But how about Red Sin?
Red Sin isn't that bad either. Just because I guess it really depends on the player and like how they play it out. Because they have to play around the field card. You have your 18 counterplay, so whatever they play first won't attack. But they have ways to get around it. But like it at least makes them have to play a little bit more awkwardly.
Gotcha.
To where you have early enough counters to where you can slow them down to get to your late game.
Did you run into any Crimson players?
Yeah, I have 3 actually.
Oh, wow.
I play, yeah. So that that deck's actually weird because it's just like I never know what secret they're gonna play.
Fair enough. Yeah, their secret's either Gohan Beast or Kaioken. And I figured that's also probably it was made. I don't know if the deck was a surprise to you or not. I'm sure it was a surprise to many players. But how did that matchup feel for you?
We actually had a guy at our locals play it, and I played him in the main tournament. It was Henry. But I played against it a little bit, and I kind of had an idea. But like that game was super close too.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go on to the next card. We have 3 copies of God Stealing, of course, like you said, potential to be used on turn 1 is super good. The 1 Baby Hatch. So I guess this would still be the best SCR for this deck, right? You can't really play Divinity because I believe that untaps Mono Blue, right?
Yeah, it untaps Mono Blue, yes.
What about Gohan Beast? What are your thoughts on that?
So it's kind of a gimmick thing you can do. So like if you have the 7 energy set up, you can play the Gohan, burn them a life, and then tap 7 to burn them 3 more life. Like that's like you can, like I said, you can burn 4 in 1 turn, but that's just super gimmicky. Like Hatch is just more useful earlier on because as soon as you ramp, Hatch is live.
Right. And I'm sure, like, if you're saying, Goji is a bit tough sometimes, it's nice to have that turn ender rather than, like, a gimmicky SCR. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 1 Siblings Revive. So I noticed in your sideboard you're playing a second one, so I'm sure it comes in certain matchups. What are the matchups you feel like this card is, like, the win condition?
Probably yellow. I'd say yellow, but, like, I think when I played in the last round against yellow, I don't think I even played it. Because usually if their hand is, like, low enough to where you can push through with omens, then you're good. You don't need to play it. But it was there just because I thought it would be useful, but I never played it once the whole day in Swiss.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of dead. It just looks. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But like it feels bad to not mean it because you're ramping, so like I want to play it, but it just seems like it's dead most of the time.
Right. You want some sort of bomb, right?
Yeah.
Then for the rest of the win conditions, we have Super 17, Hell's Ultimate Weapon, and Bad Omen. So this allows you to play 3 copies of Bad Omen in one shot, right?
Yes, and I mean, it's like this is like the only reason to play. I mean, this is like the main reason to play this deck.
Gotcha. So somewhat of an uninteractive win condition. I mean, Bad Omen doesn't have deflect, right? So were there ever worries about like certain counterplays, like either God Stealing or even maybe like Death Blaster?
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, they're always that's another reason for the 8-drop. You can look to see if they have it. And then for blue, you have ways like now with all the new stuff, you have ways to remove unisons, so you don't have to worry about that. Or like they can keep 5 open for God Seal, but then usually they're not doing anything else. But some of the deck is like, not like full hand destruction, but just like annoying enough to where they have to like, I guess, decide to keep it or keep their play.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
It's mostly playing against the player, I guess. Again.
Then, of course, we have 4 Energy Amplification and 3 Measureless Strength. This is really cool because now you have more searchers for Energy Amp, which I think is probably really important, right? So you got your Speedy Sub and you have your Measureless Strength. So were you pretty much hitting this on every single turn too, even though you're playing a 56 card deck?
Yeah, pretty much. Like again, the searching is nice. The offensive bean kind of hurt because you can't search with the 1-drop and then like ramp on the same turn with bean.
Right.
So you have to like find it with your 2 untap. But finding the counterplay when you need it is nice. It's just a great card. I think overall, I use the Arrival a lot just because I like the random or the picking the random card is just so insane.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that too, actually, because her ability to kill any battle card, regardless of cost, is also really strong. I mean, 3 energy is a lot, but I mean, again, killing anything regardless of cost and getting the random pitch is definitely.
Yeah, when you ramp, you have so much extra energy that you can afford to play her sometimes. And like there were games I just cast her for 5 because I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else. I'll just play this for 5 and take a card. I don't want to use a super combo to Arrival.
Dang, that's crazy. But if it works out, it works out, right?
Yeah.
2 Scholarly Gambit. For anyone who doesn't play this deck, you have to have some sort of like free play before you want to attack with a bomb because, again, your field card also hinders you. So that's pretty important there. But also, I mean, the auto is super good too. If your opponent plays an overcosted card, just get rid of it, right? So
yeah, the auto is actually insane because I wanted to play more of this card because this hits all the secret rares that have deflect. Like anything they play that you can just get rid of it. Like the Piccolo Gohan secret, the Vegeta red secret. Like pretty much anything.
True, that's also a huge part of the card. And
so
now with ultimate ruling, it's just like gone. Goodbye.
Right, pretty much.
That's awesome. 2 Power Reclaim. So, for myself playing Blue Mirrors on the weekend, this is such a difficult card to play around. Like, your opponent always presents the threat of it, and obviously you're playing a multicolor deck, so you have, like, Measureless Strength as well, which is even more of a threat. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. How did this card work out for you? I'm sure it was incredible.
I used it for the first effect more than the second one most of the time against red. So if they swing combo and like play their 20k guy with the critical or double strike, you combo this and put it away.
Right.
But and then you can also the triple attack to kill unisons, so you can like avoid counterplays is good too. But like I don't know what I feel about this card, but like it's it's good when it's good, and it's useless when it is. That's kind of how it is.
Right, and that brings up another question. How would you say this deck is like at making Z energy in general? Like, it kind of feels bad, but like you have to do it sometimes, or does it feel fine?
Yeah, that sounds exactly right. Like it feels bad, but you have to do it sometimes.
Right,
Like
combo a card you wouldn't normally combo.
yeah, if you're defending attacks, then you get it anyway, so it's fine. But if you like have to make it, then you're like using a super combo or using your searcher to combo or something.
Right. 3 copies of Kusu. This is such a cool card, man. Like this is just a 2-for-1. Like, and it gives you a 15k body. Like, what were some of the main reasons you wanted to play this card? I'm sure the red matchups.
Yes, the red matchups for sure. I mean, everything has deflect now, but not everything has barrier, and this hits pretty much all of those things. So like against Vegito, you can when they try to awaken, you can play this, and you can stop them from awakening. Rush attack Vegeta, it's good against. I mean, it's just really good. The only thing that's bad about it is a 1 for 5k combo, but more times I just comboed it to make them bottom deck a card with this.
Right. So yeah, even more hand control. And yeah, this card is just absolutely insane. Definitely, this would be like one of the cornerstones of blue green for me wanting to play it personally.
Yeah, I think it's another reason why it's a justification to play this deck, just because you have the energy to do it, and like not many decks or that are blue green can play it.
Right. And then for the extra card lineup, we have 3 Senzu Bean, newly errated, but I mean, this is a very defensive deck. So I mean, you mentioned like you used to be able to play the 1-drop, untap, and ramp, but now you can't do that. But I mean, a minor hit, I guess. 40 magic, 3 dirty burst. That goes over the main board. Is there anything you would change after going through the weekend? I mean, I know you talked about Sibling Revive, but anything else you're thinking about changing?
Probably just take that out, honestly, because I wanted to go lower in cards, but like it's just so hard to cut anything because I like all of these. Right. The first card I would cut is Dirty Burst, but you have to have it. It's one of those things where if you don't have it against red, you're kind of cooked.
Right.
So it's like I would just take that out completely because I just don't like the card, but we need it, so it's kind of like a necessary evil.
Right. All right, let's check out the Z decks. We have 2 Area Annihilator, 2 Awakening of the Created. I think this is a very standard blue Z deck count. Both these cards are just so insane. Like we were talking about, sometimes you got to take a -1 to make a Z energy, but when you're playing these battle cards, it's just super worth it, right? They're so good.
Yeah, no, they're both great. I think I had less sell. I had like 1 less sell, but like sometimes you just, even if you don't remove battle cards, it's just a 25 crit to be annoying with.
Right. And then Jiren the Immovable is such an insane card. And it's so funny, too, that blue decks are using this better than green decks. That's kind of sad, to be honest. But super insane card. Like, just sniping unison, sniping boo unisons. Like, blue mirrors, it's a really big deal. It's like, deal with your opponent's boo unison. And this card's really helpful for that. So, excellent card. Frieza Resurrected Ambition. How often does this one come up? Can this actually trigger when... Okay, so a green battle card has to attack, which I guess obviously counts all your multicolor cards.
Yeah, so like when Kusu or 18 comes by and takes a card from them, and then you swing with them, you can take another card from them. That I mostly played it because it's a cheap double strike, or that you can trigger a field card with, or you can kill a unison with. But the double strike is actually really relevant.
Gotcha. So you actually went into this card a fair bit then.
Yeah, it's just the the energy is cheap, so you can get it.
Gotcha. And then surmounting is so nice for this deck because like you can't really get stalled in your awaken anymore, so that's really good as well.
I mean, like, and the thing about this one, if you play 2, you can play both on the same turn because the field will get rid of it, so you can just play another one.
True.
If you want to take 2 life.
There are some D-Gen players out there that want to get around surmounting's unique, and that is one of the ways to do it. That's very, very cool. All right, sideboard. So we have 4 prospects. I feel like you used to main this card, right? I'm sure it was hard to fit, but I feel like it's actually really good in this meta, right?
I think so too. It's just like I didn't use it once actually. Like it would have been useful against Sin. But it's just they can kill a unison so quickly. Sometimes it's not worth it. Like sometimes it's worth it to take the damage just to awaken and get your stuff. But the Gohan arrival, the 18 arrival, they deal with the big cards, and like you have other ways to like play around them. But Trunks isn't searchable either, so sometimes it's just dead. So I probably wouldn't even use this card.
So actually, I have an idea, a suggestion that maybe would replace this, and I don't know if you thought about it before the tournament. I didn't see it till during the tournament, but that's Group Leader Pilaf. You remember that card?
Yes, no, I've been seeing a lot of people play that card, and I guess it could go in, but like I don't think it helps me in the matchups that I'll do well against it. It would probably be just for Sin. Right. But I think like I don't see a matchup where I would just throw that in and have it be useful. I mean, it is. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I
don't know where to find room.
Right. I was thinking because like if your problem is your unison's dying, then like maybe group leader Pilaf comes in, and then you can kill it with an arrival or something. But
Oh, right, you get to remove a keyword, right?
right, take off barrier and then like kill it with an arrival or spin it with Boo Unison. Like that's a really cool thing you can do with group leader Pilaf.
Yeah, that is pretty solid. But I think the new 17 TP will probably replace it.
Oh yeah, that card's absolutely broken. Yeah, 100%. All right, third power reclaim, fixing some ratios. Assimilated ability. I know you're huge on this card. Was this coming in for like Gogeta and Sin, or what was this coming in for?
Yeah, pretty much Sin. Like against Sin, you can play Gambit and Piccolo, and usually that'll take care of most of the stuff they play. Gambit can take care of the 8 drops, and this will take care of the small stuff. But again, you have to get there. But like, there are some decks that I found where I like, if I played this card, their whole deck can't beat this one card.
Right.
Like, the decks that like run into situations like that. So that's why I kept it.
Yeah, no, definitely super solid. All right, now this is a really cool one, Riot Javelin. Me and my teammates have talked about this card quite a bit, but we were never ballsy enough to play it. So you're playing Riot Javelin.
Okay.
This is actually like a Z card killer, right? Like rush attack, has barrier, who cares? Airy Beerus, barrier, who cares, right? Like that was your main purpose, was to beat Z battle cards, right?
Yeah, it's mostly to beat the red. I was scared of the Z card from Pan. It's specifically in Pan because it get the Goku that burns life and swings double strike dual attack.
Yeah, it gets up to like 40k. Yeah.
Yeah, that one and like the Vegito Z card. Because I played against one of my friends who just like brought out 3 of them and just didn't, and just, I just kept on losing cards. So I was like, I don't have an answer for this. I want to at least have something.
Yeah, this is a very cool tech. Really good card in this meta. And then some more ratio fixing. So Skylar Gambit,
pretty much.
Bean, Trunks, and then the full 4 Smoke Dragon. When were you bringing this in? The full 4?
Against red, definitely against red, because the Gogeta Unison does way too much that I just have to get rid of it.
Yep.
So like it's one of those things where before if I didn't have a turn 4 play like a Boo or something that's like kind of like filling in this like Kusu plus this like would let me spend all my energy that turn.
Gotcha. All right, so that's the whole deck, man. Are there any like matchups or particular plays that like stand out to you from the weekend?
I don't think anything crazy happened. It's kind of like mostly what I expected, except the Crimson deck. That deck I wasn't really sure what to do or how to play against it. I just kind of didn't attack them, so they couldn't awaken that well, and just started playing hand control cards. But that's pretty much what I was doing against them. I'm not really too sure anything crazy. I think I played against 4 Gogeta, 3 Crimson, and then like 2 Yellow Trunks.
Gotcha. So you actually dodged Sin then?
Yeah, I didn't play against Sin.
Gotcha. Cool, man. Well, again, huge congratulations. I mean, you're definitely putting your name on the map there, so very, very well done. Anything you want to say before we sign off? Any shout outs you want to throw out there?
Oh, but yeah, man! Shout out to everyone who supported me. Like everyone there at the venue was so great, dude. People just like came up to me and said like, "Hey, man, I'm glad you're still playing this deck and whatnot." But hey, but I guess you made it up there too, so congrats to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see you the next time you top with some crazy deck, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.